Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're in the Creative Builds world at our motel build right by the sea, and as I promised you I would take a look at doing the interior of one of the builds. So if we come here to our first room on our top level, the first thing I'd like to do is build a small bathroom in the corner of the building. So we're going to need to move that lamp one across so that the corner is free, because I'd like to place a small shower in this corner. So I'm going to use a hopper. I'm going to put one on the ceiling so it looks like that's where the water's going to come from, and then I'm going to knock out a space in the floor and put in a hopper, and we'll do the same on the ground floor as well. And on the wall I'm going to put in a lever so that you can either think that that maybe looks like a shower head or that it's to operate the water on the top. And I'm also going to put in a button just so that it all looks nice, and they've got lots of different ways to operate the shower. So the button would be to change the temperature and the lever would be to let the water out of the hopper, and of course the bottom hopper will collect the water and take it out of the room. Then what else do we need? We need a sink. So on the opposite side of the window I'm going to put a cauldron for a sink, and I'm going to use a tripwire hook above it for the tap. Then one space away from where we've got the shower we're going to need a toilet. I'm going to use a quartz stair, and if we can manage to position ourselves so we can put the stair facing outwards and then put one on top of it. So that's the shape that we've got. So we've got one stair facing in and one facing out. Right in front of this we use a cauldron and we make it look like it's a toilet seat. You can also choose to put on top of this a seat by using a trapdoor of some sort to make it look like it's got a seat. So if you used a spruce trapdoor, I'm running out of space here, let's move my lamp just for a minute. It's optional whether you do this, so you could put like a toilet seat that opens and closes, or you could leave that blank. It's entirely up to you which of those two things that you do. And then that is what we've got for our little bathroom. Just trying to find a good place to show it all. So that's my little bathroom. As you can see, that's all been placed within a 3x3 square, because what we're going to do now is put walls around it. I mean, you could put the walls in first, but I find it's a little bit easier to place the blocks if you put the wall in afterwards. So I'm going to use the light grey concrete in order to place this. So I'm going to come right next to the door and where the sink is. We're going to use the grey concrete, and we're going to put the door in the second space. I'm going to keep it consistent and keep using the dark oak. Actually, we'll put it on the outside because that room is very, very cramped. And then we continue the light grey, and we're going to place it right next to where the toilet is, which is the first row of the black on the wall here. So this room is 1 2 3 by 1 2 3, so it's a 3x3 interior space for the bathroom, so there's not a lot of space. So if we just fill all of that in, so you can see the bathroom is very small because the toilet, and then just enough space to stand in front of the toilet, and then just enough space to sneak around the gaps here. Excuse me, I've got the auto jump on, so it makes me bounce when it gets close to things. As you can see, when the walls are up it's quite difficult to actually see what we've got in here, but everything I think that you would have in a hotel room is placed in there. And then now we've got a space for a bedroom area here with a headboard and possibly a little seat, maybe a desk here if you really want to kit absolutely everything out. So let me get a few more materials for doing that. So let's move everything that we've got here up so that I've still got it all ready to go and do the other rooms. So what I'd like to start with is a headboard for the bed, which is obviously going to fit in this space here. So I'm going to use the light grey wool, and I'm going to place a row of 4 straight across the room, and then 2 right on the middle in the top, just like so. Then I'm going to use the light grey bed, and I'm going to make a double bed right in the centre there, like that. And I'm going to put a chest at either side for storage. Then I'm going to use a tiny pot, a flower pot, on both sides of the headboard. You could put the lanterns instead if you wanted for lighting. And I'm going to put in a cornflower because it's blue and it matches the colour scheme. So that's the little bedroom area, and I've put in a lantern in the corner so that we've got some light. And then the bed is next to the window. And this room, of course, we've got the door out onto the little balcony so that you can view out over the ocean. So if we come back inside, in this corner I'd now like to place some seating. So I'm going to use oak stairs. I'm going to place one right in the corner, leave a gap and place another one. Then in that gap I'm going to use a birch slab so that the two woods contrast in colour, so that the birch slab looks like a little table. So we've got a table and 2 chairs for the people, the guests, to sit at when they're in the room. And then we've not got a lot of other space in this room, so what I'd like to do is use the flower pot right by the door, so you've got a little welcoming splash of colour and life as you come into the room. And because it's a hotel, you'll need some storage space, so in the blue stripe I'm going to put a double chest. And then for a little decoration I'm going to use the oak slabs just to make markers at the edges of the blue stripes, and I'm going to try and place a 2x2 painting just above where the chair is in the gap made by the 2 pieces of wood, and then again on the blue, so right on top of the 2 blue places. And you just keep changing the painting until you're happy with the paintings that you've got in. Oh no, made a hole in my roll. Oh, quick, let's sort that out. Let's move that up so we don't lose it, so we can do the rest of our rooms. Let's put our... You didn't see that, did you? No, that never happened. Never happened. Never happened. We did not make a hole in the wall. So this is the room as I think it's finished now. So just as you come in through the door, you're greeted by a flower and some storage. And then if you come in, you have access to your little bathroom, which has all the facilities you need. You've got a toilet and a shower and a sink. And if you come a little bit further in, you have seating and a lovely painting and access to your balcony. And here is your sleeping area. And then we just repeat that for all the different rooms in the motel, all the way along until they're all completed. So that's the interior of the rooms. And then of course also we now have need of some walkways. So you've got a choice. You can use the spruce wood and keep that going throughout for your walkways, or you can run in the same sort of slabs that you had down here. I think that I would like to use some of the slabbing, so if I remove a couple of these over here and then pick up the slab here, because if I, oh, not the, no, the slab there, yes, right, so if I run the slabs in front of the rooms here, this also then allows you access into the rooms, because that's only then half a slab step up, which makes much more sense for getting in and out of the rooms. So if we run this all the way along the sides of the buildings, this will also give you access into all the other rooms. And then we extend it past where the stairs are and extend it down to where the access for the stairs is. Oops, if I can put this in the correct place. I just want it to be at least 2 wide. Of course you can make the path as wide as you want, but I think you should have at least 2 slabs for access. And then we come 2 slabs in front of the stairs, and then that matches up with the stairs around the side here. And then of course we're going to need to do the same on the other side, and perhaps 3, so that you've got 2 in front of the row here. That will make more sense, I think. And as I said, because I made the buildings just a little bit too close together perhaps to actually fit in the promised pool in my own build. But of course if you've got more space it would be easy to add a pool, wouldn't it? And then we do the same on the other side. So 1, 2, 3 all the way along here like so. And then we'll need to do all of the interiors so they're all the same, of course. Unless you can come up with a better design of your own, let me know if you find something better. I just thought that was quite a nice little design myself for the interior of this little motel hotel. So it's just a matter of a few things to finish off the build that I didn't do in the last one, like these walkways to make it easy access around the build. So we use this double wide across here till we're outside of the steps, make it 2 wide coming around the corner to where the stairs are. You could make a little seating area under the stairs as well in this space if you wanted. It's just the grass is getting in my way. There we go, we're nearly done now, just last couple of blocks there, so that gives us access around into there. And so you might be able to put some seating in there. You'd have to be a little bit careful because you don't want people to hurt themselves on the stairs, so we might leave that open. I keep hearing a grumbling noise. I think there's something nasty down in my cave. I actually thought I'd turned monsters off because it's a creative world, but I do keep hearing something that sounds like it could be a nasty little monster, don't you? And then of course we can always add a little pool in here. I did promise a pool, didn't I? Right, I'm going to add a 3 wide walkway across this very front section so that it makes it easier for people to get access all the way around. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to knock out a little pool and add it. So I think I'll cover the interior of it with lapis lazuli and then make it 2 deep maybe for a pool. So what we want to do is knock all of this down, and yeah, let's use lapis. I always kind of like lapis for the interior of a pool, so we'll use that. So what we'll do is we'll knock 2 down. Actually we'll take it, so we'll knock 2 deep. I plan for the pool to be 2 deep, so what we want to do then of course is knock out the edges of the wall like so and start putting the lapis in like this. Could use one of the different terracotta patterned blocks as well for the bottom of a pool if you want a little bit of a patterny design. I kind of like the plain blue. So what we want to do is decide how big we want the pool to be. So how big do we want the pool to be? I think we want the pool to go to here. And then we can make it like a little garden seating area in the rest of the space, can't we? We've got a little bit of space there, we could put some chairs or something in there. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So if I knock out the second layer here, and then we'll need a bit of lighting in the pool as well. I always like lighting in a pool. Get these last few blocks out, and then let's fill these with the lapis again. And then getting the water to behave is going to be the most difficult bit, I think, of making a pool. Come on. Oops. Oh, knocked the wrong block. You can do this, kitty. Come on. Right, so if I knock those and put lapis in, and then this one, then we're going to want to put the slabs across the edge here like that. And let's make that too wide again for a walkway again. And then still need to knock out some more of the blocks. Right, come down. Alright, what I want to do is put the lapis in the top here and one in the corner there. One in the corner there, then knock these out and then do the same on the other one. It'll make sense in a second. Honestly, I want to add lighting, you see. So now what I want to do is grab some sea lanterns instead of the lapis, and I want to add... Mr. Sheep, how did you get down here? Well, this is not a good place for a sheep. And then we put that like this, and then we're going to need access in and out of the pool for people. So, I want the iron railings that we used earlier, iron. And I'm going to need... Actually, I think I might use this. So, you've just caused me trouble, Mr. Sheep. Right, so what I'm going to do, right in the corner, I'm going to place a double block like this, and then you can bounce onto it to get... Oh, no, you can't, because that's... There. Now we can bounce out. Now we want iron railings to be like a... No, that's not going to work, is it? I was just going to try to think how we could have handles to get in and out, but I think it's probably best not to. What we will do is leave that. We'll get some water now. Right, so where's the water? And then we will attempt to get this to work. So if we put the water along all the edges, can I float? Can I float just high enough to get water everywhere? I like the fact that the water doesn't leave a gap now where the stairs are, where it used to do that. Right, so if we put water on every block at the side, hopefully because the pool isn't that big, it might, if we're lucky, fill. Any chase, you can just fill those last few blocks, or am I going to actually have to put some blocks in? I might have to actually put some blocks in and then remove them later. So if I grab the... Let's put some of the light grey right in the centre along this. And then we can put the water on top. How's that? Is that enough? No, we've still got some motion, haven't we? Let's do the extra row all the way along. I want it to be really... Oh, can we... Will that sort it? Can I now remove... Oh. Let's put water sources on top of all of those now they're in, just to make sure it'll stay nice and even and flat and smooth like a swimming pool should. And then we can remove these and we should be pretty much set. There we go. One swimming pool as promised. I was worried for a little while that we might not have enough space to get in, but we did. Right, so now we've got a little bit of garden space where we can put ourselves some chairs. So what we can do is we can put a couple of lounger chairs. So I'm going to use oak for the top and then a little seat, so we've got like loungers. And then I'm going to use the little... offset some little seating chairs, and then we can put some chairs next to it. So we can put if I put the chairs too close to it, it actually looks like they're connected. How about if I change the tables to the birch and then we use the chairs? So how about we put a couple like side by side, and then maybe opposites, and might look a little bit... How do I put an odd one there and there and there like that, just to try and make it a little bit different. So I'm going to put one there and one there. How's has that. So we've got some seating around next to the pool, so you can lounge next to the pool, or you can sit next to the pool, or you can just come out and sit and chat to people and have somewhere to congregate in the evenings and stuff. And you've also got your swimming pool for swimming, and we've just done all the interiors for the build. So I hope that you've found this build useful. Hope you find something to inspire you, and that you'll be interested in building it yourself or something based on the design. From Soft Kitty 99, goodbye and happy gaming!